Well, I'll just let you roll the clip.
I had retweeted a post where Sexy Red was mad because she couldn't go and perform or speak at a school. I've been telling y'all her target audience is kids because it is. You don't gotta agree. I don't care. A lot of these new age artists target kids with very hyper and explicit content. My point is proven, seeing that she's mad she can't go into school. Why, as an adult entertainer whose music is on the verge of erotica, would you even think it's appropriate for you to show up at a school and then show up like that, smelling like with your cleavage hanging out? Baby, you wouldn't even be able to go visit your baby daddy in prison looking like that. But that's how you show up for the kids. 2, why would adults even think it is morally right to book a Sexy Red to come speak to kids? Why would y'all think that's acceptable? Y'all don't see black kids as kids.
Hey y'all, real quick, if you're here, your family. I call it Team Green-Ellis. So I want you to join Team Green-Ellis below. It's completely free. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and that thumbs up so you can stay in the loop with all things Team Green-Ellis. All right, let's get back into the video. I wanted to verify the story, and this is people.com. I think this is the People magazine, which is, to my estimation, a pretty reputable site and media company. This was published on April the 4th. Today is April the 9th, 2024. The title is Sexy Red says she wasn't allowed to speak at a high school because she smelled like weed. I know it's illegal. Excuse me. I know that it's legal in some states, especially in my state, Maryland, where it's become legal to an extent. I think federally it's still illegal. Somebody let me know in the comments. But nevertheless, I wanted to just verify this was a real story, and this seems to be a real story because of the video that I found as well that was posted on the new X, which is formerly known as Twitter. This is what she said.
Nobody called the police. So look, so this school put me. I came up here, got you. Trying to talk to the kids, getting the word of that. They gonna put me off. Tell me I smell like weed. Watch this. He gonna try to get mad. Oh man. Nobody. Like I'm finna sit with y'all. They ain't come to see you, Otis. You heard who they screaming for? How y'all? They probably fucked my head up. Nobody called the police. So look, so this school.
When I see this video, I'm just trying to think like, I'm trying to make sense of it, y'all. I'm trying to make sense of how any institution of learning comes to the conclusion to bring this display to their school. I agree that there are a demographic of students who need, every student needs inspiration. Excuse me. Everybody needs to pick me up. Everybody needs gas in their tank. But it matters what type of gas you put in your tank. It matters where the gas comes from. I don't know, man. Who knows? Who knows if she was being genuine or not? She may have been wanting to genuinely. I mean, obviously, she genuinely wanted to go in and I guess inspire the kids. But like, how is this even being considered by some schools? Frankly, I'm glad that the school did what they did. Not so much because it's less because of who it is, but because of the display. People can change. So I'm not as much like harping on that, but like the fact that she smelled like weed, you know, allegedly. She allegedly smelled like weed, and, you know, the young lady commented that her dress was inappropriate or her attire was inappropriate. That stuff matters. That stuff matters. And so shout out to this school for having a standard. But my question is, how do we even come? Look at, there are many reputable individuals fame and without fame, that would volunteer to come to your school. There are others that you can invest in as well, but there are many individuals that would be willing to come. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand how we don't get it at this point. How is it that we don't understand the importance of exposure? How is it that we don't put emphasis on who we are allowing to influence our children? Talked about it a couple weeks back when Jess Hilarious talked about, the music that her son listens to and how it puts him in a depressed mood. How can you expect a kid to thrive if their entire environment is encapsulated by dark, depressive words, media, images, sounds, people? How can you expect them to thrive? Y'all, this is less about, this is obviously about the kids, but I really want to lean in on the parents. We have to do better. We have to do better. You don't have to have all the answers. No one has all the answers. But you have to do better. Here's where you start. If something is wrong, fix it. Okay, I don't know if something is wrong. Pay attention. Look at how your kids are performing academically. Let that be the start. Look at what they're involved in socially. Do they have friends? What are their friends involved with? Are they planning for college? What are they thinking about post-high school? Simple things. This isn't rocket science. At the very least, you know what you don't want them to be getting into. You know what you don't want them to be getting into. Y'all, newsflash. The things that you don't want them getting into don't just happen. There's a path that leads to it. Just as there is a path that leads to the road, or there's a path that leads to success. It's a road that leads to success. It's the exact same thing for a life that many parents would consider undesirable for their children. Or in other words, something that they wouldn't want for their kids. It's a path. It doesn't just happen. This, y'all, and I'm not sorry to say it, I just know that some people will not understand fully what I'm saying, but this is unacceptable. Period. None of this should be allowed. It will not be allowed in my house. Will my kids do it? I don't have control over what my kids do, but I have control over what I do. And you, my friends, you have control over what you do. The worst thing that you could do is do nothing and hope for things to get better. That's delusion. I want you to take action. I want you to start putting parameters around what your kid is being exposed to. I know you don't want to play the bad cop, but you know what? Sometimes you have to play the bad cop, and that's okay. Your children will learn to appreciate that. Y'all, raising kids is not about the immediate. If you're you don't have, biological kids of your own, maybe you're, have taken on the responsibility of a parent, whether it looks like a teacher, a coach, an advocate, a mentor, whatever. Put some parameters around what your kids are being exposed to. Don't be afraid to speak against the things that are negatively affecting them, because you know what your kids don't know. You see what they do not see. You know the path that stuff they're being exposed to is leading them towards. If you don't warn them, you are ignorantly, subconsciously, consequently setting them up for failure.